Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Asamoah from Interactive Video Labs, and today we're going to discuss an advanced feature in Google Adwords for video called frequency capping. So what is frequency capping in Google Adwords for video? Frequency capping is a feature that limits the number of times a TrueView video ad appears to the same person. Now, in order to cap effectively, one is to access the reach per frequency. Reach per frequency shows how many people were exposed to your video at a certain number of times. But the question then one might ask is, how do I obtain a reach per frequency data? Well, to start, I'm going to assume that you already have Google AdWords set up. So what you'll need to do is actually go to your Google for AdWords for video campaigns. So we're just going to click on this little icon below and just scroll down to all video campaigns. It's taking a few seconds to load. Now, for the purpose of this tutorial, I have paused my campaign, and with time I will illustrate what there needs to be done. So in order to obtain your reach per frequency data, you'll need to go to the column section and click on customize columns. Now, you'll need to ensure that certain columns are added to the drag and drop to reorder section. Click on the performance section, which should be the first option. Then you will need to add the following columns or the following metrics. Unique viewers, so you just click on add. You need to add the view rates. You need to add the CTR, which stands for the click-through rates, and you may add the average cost per thousand impressions. I don't usually add it, but it can be quite significant if you want to do further investigations based on your data. So what you need to do is just to click on the save button. Right. Once you've done that, you just need to click on the campaign tab itself. Right. And there you will need to hover your mouse around the average impressions per frequency icon. As you can see, there is no data available. What I'll need to do is to make sure that it is within the range that I had data. So I'm just going to set it to the last 30 days. Right, so currently we've seen that we've got some data of 1.083, but what does that mean? One of the first things you'll need to do is to actually just open the tab. Now, the average impression frequency is the typical number of times that someone was exposed to your video ad over a given time period. So in our case, or in this case, the tab explains that our average impression frequency is 1.083. This significantly means that the video ad was slightly shown more than once to people during a specific period. If it is less than 1.0, it means there is further optimization work that needs to be done on the campaign, which may comprise refining the ad copy, keywords, target audience, or placements. So in this case, 1.03 is a very good metric in terms of our performance. If you expand on the plus icon here, you will see data for actually the reach per frequency. And in this case, we see the number 77 on the third plus column. It means that our ad was shown at least thrice to 77 people. You would notice a diminishing returns from 5,228 all the way to 77, and moving further forward till 420. It is always best to keep the cap to 3 views, as you would notice it's the least amount of cap that makes the most impact or is most effective. After 4 views, you realize that only 15 people watched it. Some people may go ultra and decide to cap it at 2+, but we would do it at 3+. So how do I configure frequency capping in Google AdWords for video? Well, to adjust the cap based on the data gap, what we'll need to do is to navigate to the settings column. What we need to do is just to scroll down a little bit, and as you can see, we have set the impressions cap to 3. We can decide to go ultra and limit the campaign to 2 impressions per day to a unique user, which I think will be more effective in this explanation. So basically, this is how to determine, analyze, and set frequency capping. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your comments, and hopefully we'll be bringing you more from where it came from. Thanks.